366, copy.
Hello, backseaters. I'm just going to give it a few more minutes here for other people to join. Welcome to Live on Patrol on Monday, February 10th here.
Check all channels, see if we have a Spanish-speaking officer that can assist me at HQ.
You are with Under Sheriff Mike Martin, riding in the Tahoe.
Checking for a Spanish speaker that can assist at HQ.
And unfortunately, Steve Leiden is not able to join us again today. My partner bailed on me, but he's got a good excuse. So we'll let it go this time. But next time, I don't know what we're going to have to do. We are about to turn here onto westbound University Avenue, and we're going to head down here under 35E and over by Regents Hospital in the Capitol. I'm going to, got to see here if this call's still pending. There was a call pending when I just signed on. Oh, it looks like a squad took it, but we'll head up that way for now, just to make sure the squad's code for, but I think they will be. We're going to head up here on Jackson, just north of the state capitol. For those of you who are new to Live on Patrol, we are in RAMSEY County and the capital city of St. Paul in Minnesota. It is, the time here is 4:14, and as I said, we're sick. RAMSEY County has about 500,000 residents, and a good portion of those are in the city of St. Paul, but we also are the primary responders for 7 contract cities in the county, and maybe we'll visit several of them. We got a complaint of someone walking in the street into traffic, and I'm pretty sure it's our old friend Susie, so we're just going to make sure that she's safe and try to get her out of the traffic up here if she's still in traffic.
Squad back in 260 Soto straight. Alright, disorderly client was removed from Sober Home. Is back on scene. Making threats. 60 black male. 6th and 4th and Belver and a black jacket over up this one too.
It hasn't been too busy today, but just kind of steady. And we did have a person with a weapon call in Little Canada. And the officers were trying to, or deputies, I'm sorry, were trying to talk the guy out of off his apartment balcony. And they exhibited a tremendous amount of patience, which is good. And we're able to resolve the situation for now. So, all right, I don't see our friend up here, but
you go to 4?
we will see. I'm on kind of a bumpy road, so if you're hearing a lot of bumping and rattling, it's because of where we are. I think I've resolved the vehicle issues that were causing rattling, but
We'll take that domestic encounter.
part of the problem I have is
Caller heard a female yelling for help and was yelling for Joe. He advised one of our callers and the neighbor said the mill is the one that's name is Joe and she knows 811.
The suspension on this police pursuit rated Tahoe is very tight, and so you don't get a lot of give, and it bounces a lot when I hit potholes or whatnot. And I don't know why this person's driving in reverse here, but they are.
New message.
I'm just gonna talk to him quick. What's going on? The drive doesn't work? Okay, are you gonna park somewhere? Okay, all right, just be careful. All right, yep. Not good to be driving your car when it won't go into drive, it only goes in reverse. But he's just backed up on the curb there. His house was apparently right there, so I'm not gonna make a guy who's dealing with that issue's problems worse. So anyway, I'll chalk that up to just another one of the weird things that we see. So we're on Magnolia, we're approaching Rice Street here, and I'm just gonna go south here and make sure our friend is not playing in traffic down here on Rice Street. It has gotten really cold again here. We got a good amount of snow over the weekend, and anywhere from 5, 6, 7 inches depending on where you are in the Twin Cities. But now it's cooled down again. It's 14 degrees right now, but it's supposed to get down tomorrow. So I would just go into hibernation like the bears do, but I got meetings tomorrow, and I don't think that would be an acceptable excuse to say I'm just going to hibernate until the weather gets warmer. So we're on Rice Street, southbound from front. And quick shout out to Molly if you're watching. My sister-in-law Molly. She's a very dedicated backseater. So Minneapolis had a couple homicides over the weekend, one and one on the north side. I'm not really sure the details, but they're doing everything they can with emaciated staffing that they have over there. You can hear I have the radio on, so if anything happens in St. Paul or Ramsey County or metro-wide or statewide, emergencies, chases, etc., you will hear it. But right now, it's the Q word. It's relatively quiet. I don't know who watched the Super Bowl.
Connie said shout out to mom and said that's all your message is.
Can you put us 531, 539 on a PFP Skyway using 41 Robert?
I gotta give a shout out to my mom. She just texted me. I left her out. She's been with us since the beginning too, and hopefully her and all of her friends at Bel Ray are able to watch. So I was asking about the Super Bowl last night. Who watched it? I didn't have any interest in either team winning. I just wanted to see a really good football game, and well, maybe next year. As a Vikings fan, I'm used to saying that, but last night was not a very good football game. The Eagles really dominated, and the score at the end didn't even really reflect how lopsided the game was. But I did not like the halftime show. Not a fan. Didn't even know who Kendrick Lamar was. I'd heard the name, but didn't know the music. And when he started singing about guns and stuff, I thought, hey, NFL can do better than this. But they didn't. How do you have Lady Gaga in the pregame singing the beautiful song that she sang, and then having what happened at halftime? I don't even know if you call that music or yelling and stomping around and lip syncing. So anyway,
black jacket. Second party is wearing a white jacket and jeans. The third party is wearing a black jacket, green pants. They're leaving in a newer black Toyota RAV4. Northbound and right from the left. 44, 44,
northbound on Rice. That was a theft from a Walgreens, and they're going the opposite way, and we're coming from way south of that. So unless they double back, we are not going to be in a position to help, but we'll see. You never know. Anyway, I'm getting off my soapbox. I just think we should do a better job. The NFL should do a better job of a halftime show.
16-5.
So we're waiting. We're northbound on Marion. We're waiting. We're going to turn on Como. We're at the treacherous corner of Como, Marion, and Minnehaha. Sorry. My mind is frozen right now. But
check the area. I'm not seeing any suspects matching the description. You can show me clear.
Yeah, I agree, Sarah. I should have watched the Puppy Bowl. It probably would have been cuter and more exciting.
People got a call from Midland Island. Got a flight down by Verna at 2300 7th Street. Go for it.
Copy.
All right. We are now on Como, going westbound from Marion. In the Frogtown neighborhood. They have just a tremendous park there in Frogtown at the Frogtown Rec Center. In the summer, kids will be packed on the playfields, playing everything from soccer to football, and, inside playing basketball.
There's been a vehicle person their lights on since 11 a.m. Gray Toyota doesn't stay connected.
So I love, although I have a hard time watching the comments when I'm trying to drive, my lovely wife Ann would tell you I'm a bad enough driver without staring at the comments. But I really appreciate seeing people from other parts of the country or other countries altogether, from Canada, and Tennessee, and Florida, and where else did I see? But it's fun to have people watching.
Here's the one thing.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret trick, this little secret police trick, but don't tell the bad guys that I told you this. If it snowed 3 days ago or 2 days ago, and a car hasn't moved and it's still covered in snow, it might be a stolen car. So there's your police tip for the day. And if it is snowing and you're going to run from the police, don't leave your footprints in the fresh snow. In the part of the county where I live, over the last week, there was an explosion on the lake. Someone set off a kind of an improvised explosive device, some kids screwing around, but they put the drone up, and with the drone and the infrared, they could see where it happened, and they followed the footprints back to the house. So don't do that.
Yourself and 361 Tango can stay clear. The party will left the address. 382 Tango, copy.
I hope you all follow along in the comments so you can see where people are from that are watching us. We have backseaters that are all the way from Sweden and Australia and Russia.
382 Tango, copy.
You know, Canada to me is just like next door, so it doesn't seem that far away, even though it's another country. had a good time up in Canada several times, fishing and vacationing in Ontario, and got to go to Saskatoon to do some training for the cops up there once, which was the best part about that was that the police headquarters was in a downtown building, and on the first floor was a Timmy Hortons donut shop. You can't do any better than that. So we are westbound on University at Dale, what's known as the Unidale area in the Rondo neighborhood. We're just going to drive down here, kind of keep an eye out on the light rail. The light rail that runs, that's on the left side of us as you look at the screen, is runs from downtown St. Paul to downtown Minneapolis. And they're currently trying to implement some strategies for improving the quality of the experience. How's that? Instead of saying trying to keep the knuckleheads off the light rail, we'll just say improve the quality of the experience on the ride. There was an article in the paper, I believe it was yesterday, saying that ridership is up and reported crime is down, so that's a good thing. They have their own police department, the Metro Transit Police Department. I think they have about 60, 70 officers right now who patrol the Metro Transit buses, light rail, bus stops, the light rail platforms, the transportation centers or the hubs at malls and in cities where the buses pick up and drop off, and they got some great cops working for them.
Oh, 906 for 2288 13th Avenue East. The callers say they do not feel safe with their partner inside the house. They want them escorted out. Verbally aggressive. They're currently separated. 4'8" and a quarter. White male, 32 years old, wearing an orange sweater, sweatshirt, and black shorts.
34 Debbie. Oh my God.
236.
Trying to look at the calls here while we're stuck at a red light. See what's pending here that we could stop by maybe. We're still westbound on University. We're at Greg's right now by the Goodwill.
Three one. You have another squad, so there's a few more people showed up and arguing right now. Is there an additional start too? 380 on my way.
Well, hopefully you can still hear me. It looks to me on my feed here like I may be freezing up. I'm unfrozen now. It's kind of like being in a time machine. All of a sudden, boom.
I think
I'm unfrozen now. All right. Well, we are at Pasco. We're right by Allianz Field, and the giant new loon statue. I don't know if it has a name. I should probably find that out. I think the loon should have a name, but the loon is the mascot for the Minnesota United Football Club. I'm assuming that's why they put the giant loon statue there. And maybe that's what the Vikings need. Maybe the Vikings need a giant Viking statue outside of US Bank Stadium.
Georgia Port Tango, you can send me the best I get above.
2100, calling at Penn School. 40.
So we're gonna drive north on Snelling here, up.
365.
This is an area out here that's had some little bit of problems recently with drug use and drug dealing, but St. Paul PD is really cracking down on it, and it seems to be making a difference. Not sure what that was.
270.
What's the address to get you in Richmond?
Copy. 282 Tango 7.
Yes, did you add this for the license plate? Edward Delta Foxtrot 392.
Copy the plate. 282 Tango 7.
So it's relatively
Tango Pro 4.
Copy, go for it.
quiet out here. There aren't a lot of people walking around.
Tango.
Fine.
Clear with 271 Tango.
Which is good. It's finding for them to walk around, but to hang out and buy or sell drugs is not good.
You can send a hit run on Plato to 271 Tango and myself.
Copy 90 West Plato at 1642.
The legislature is in session right now. For a while, there was some divide over a pending special election, and therefore the Democrats hadn't been showing up for the state legislature, and the Republicans had been having hearings without them, which I think didn't have any effect. I think you have to have both sides there, so they're redoing that. But there are a number of legislative initiatives that are important to us because they will dramatically improve public safety related to fleeing, enhanced penalties for fleeing, for tracking stolen vehicles, and just a number of other issues that will help us do our jobs more effectively and more efficiently as well. So whenever the legislature is in session, we try to closely follow what's going on, and when appropriate, Sheriff Fletcher or one of our staff will testify related to those bills. We're on Pierce Butler. It's kind of an interesting route that runs from Snelling to right by Dale, and allows you to get around quicker if you know how to.
Squad 4, 1700 EOT. Squad 132. Good night. 135. 138.
So you can hear the dispatcher taking a roll call of the St. Paul cars. I've talked about this before, but it's a historic thing with St. Paul where they check with them when it's time for them to go home to make sure they're going home and not still assigned to a call. So.
54. 356. 355.
People ask us a lot for our opinions on stuff that's going on federally or even politically, locally. We try to stay out of politics unless it's a public safety issue. And really, you know, the ones that we can affect here locally and that allow us to have tools to better keep the public safe. Those are the ones that we care the most about and that we are willing to weigh in on. So we're back up now at Minnehaha, and I'm going to cut over, maybe head over towards the east side.
Clear to the east.
North on Dale now. Cross over the railroad. We're at Como Front Dale, another one of the confusing intersections here, right by John's Pizza. John's Pizza is unbelievable. If you get a chance to go there, I highly recommend it.
Chevy.
I'm going to cut north here on Western.
About to start for 1445 St. Paul Ave. 8-year-old didn't come home from school.
Oh, they just dispatched a call where an 8-year-old didn't come home from school, which generally means that they went to a friend's house instead of coming home and didn't tell their parents or get their parents' permission. And it's always a pain because you got to try to track the kid down.
20-177. Are you good if 24 somebody helps you out, or do you need all three of us?
Is fine for assisting. That works for me. I just need someone that's familiar with narcotics earlier.
You got these 10H, you can send me that last one. He showed up, so Heavy, 110H, you're basically send it heavy.
Plus 262, 263.
Secure. 263.
This medic with a man down at the exit ramp 35 in University.
So we're still north on Western here. We're going to come up to Maryland.
262. 279, 270, a copy of the call, and anyone east arch on DLT.
Trying to keep an eye on pending calls here, but there aren't any in our area. Just gonna do a swing down here.
What's it going on?
Check on 444 Maryland, which is has
Has
been a problem spot for troops. For, I say our troops, St. Paul, really, but we've assisted them on several incidents with fights and shots fired.
362, I'm 2 blocks away. Just leave me on it, please. Thank you.
Copy that.
Kind of come around the block here. I couldn't see the whole parking lot coming through, so I'm gonna come around and then go back down so I can see the other side. Just in case anybody's wondering, I do not have the get out of the car with my camera that Bob displayed on Friday night. I'm still stuck in the car. I can carry my phone out, but it's not made for that. By the way, coming up to Maryland. Yeah, we're just coming around the other side of the store that we were checking on before. It's looking relatively quiet. Eastbound on Maryland now, and we're going to head over to the east side, see what's going on over there.
GOA.
25 copy GOA for 50.
GOA is gone on arrival, so you might have like loud music from a car or a person being disorderly, and you get there and they're gone. They left. So then you clear with GOA. Gone on arrival.
You close this answer report, please. Copy. Looking at a 9 spot report.
6039.
To get a drink of water there. So we're going to cross over Interstate 35E and into the east side of St. Paul here, which means I have to change my radio channel. Friday night, if you were watching Live on Patrol, you saw that there were shots fired at the saloon bar over here on it, and
Protect 10 West Exchange, a cop's not on this afternoon. The female inside of the vehicle, the windows down for the past 2 hours. She does appear to be breathing. The green 4-door, the black street on the side in front of the building.
And
3-2 copy.
you probably saw we were sitting on the suspect vehicle while Bob and Pat and St. Paul officers were talking to the victim and witnesses, and after we left,
532-535, you can disregard.
they did get the suspect in custody at the bar.
The Welling have you both have another call downtown at 210th Street East. There's somebody pulling on the apartment door handle for the last 20 minutes. His name is Flex. He's a black male, 45 years old. Our caller calls from a 911 only phone to come up.
I'm not sure why he came back to the bar apparently, but he was arrested, and they conducted a show up of him, and the victim identified him, and my assumption is that he was charged. St. Paul was handling the case. So we're on Maryland, approaching Payne now. The shots were fired at the saloon. I believe it's called the St. Paul Saloon on the east side off of Wilson. Not to be confused with the Midway Saloon.
Traffic. 361. Nebraska with Bravo, Tango, 402.
So I got a lot of respect for people who work outside for a living in this kind of cold weather. Construction workers and line workers.
I'm gonna run that wire. I can take it and advise.
Trying to think of, just anybody who has to work out when it's this cold. I mean, granted, you can dress warm and whatever, but it's bone-chilling cold, and you got to cover up any exposed skin.
Houston, did I copy the welfare check with 760 Robert? Thank you.
So those are Roseville squads. They're out at the new Dick's Sporting Goods in Rosedale Mall for a, they said overly disorderly male. I guess that's like aggravated disorderly. If disorderly is a misdemeanor, aggravated should be at least a gross misdemeanor, if not a felony. That's a joke, of course, but I'll tell you, people who are just dead set on being disorderly can really disrupt a business or a neighborhood. passing the Roosevelt townhomes.
I'll be doing a PCN at 2315 Anchor Drive. See if I won't have radio signal in the building.
Copy. Was injured by mom. Our caller disconnected. Refused to answer any more questions.
262 copy. 263 copy.
17.
Spot 282 Tango.
Wait, 2 single.
Comments, 271 Tango. Cancel 262.
262 clear.
Copy, thanks guys.
So we're gonna go northbound here on Wayfair Avenue
271 Tango,
and
cancel 263.
see
263 clear.
if we can't find.
263 copy, thank you.
Both parts, just be advised we have a new caller on a 911 only phone. It's a female saying a male with his hands on her and has a gun on him. There's like now we might have a third caller. Somebody is saying that they're calling the police. Party McGinn, Antonio Granger, Roselle.
So that calls in downtown St. Paul, and which we're quite a ways off from where we are right now.
Affirmative 306.
Thank you. You have Western signature.
523 clear.
532 copy, thank you. More traffic. Go ahead. Prosperity Parkway with Lima Kilo Juliet 250. Okay. Spot that.
We're gonna head over that way. He said the vehicle's slow to stop. We're not too far away, so
Maybe get over for training. Here's a ranger. 364 miles out, this 1341 Parkway. Yep.
we're kind of stuck behind a bus here.
271 Tango copy, anybody from Arctic 14 or Hemlock. ECN.
For this male, for possession of a firearm by the only out of RAMSEY. And Emmerich, if you're monitoring, can you push out a photo?
260, I'm having computer issues. Can you put me back on the call, please?
Copy. Is there a central contact copy as well?
30 copy.
Mom's requesting medic for scratches as well. Medic for applying to 3030 Southbound Drive, 85-year-old male constituting fell yesterday, had an upper right extremities pain and 7
I want to go forward when I come to.
I copy.
So we're gonna be arriving soon here on this traffic stop.
There's a reminder after near Barnes, Melville, 4 on accident.
Copy.
Didn't see him at first, but now I do.
Three 6-4, code 4. Code 4.
His driver is a young girl who's apparently never been stopped and was looking for a safe place to pull over, and that's why she was slow to stop. But he said he was good to go, and I'm very cognizant of trying to stop and back up squads, even if something seems like it's been taken care of. A lot of times it hasn't been, and the officer thinks everything's going well, then all of a sudden...
Daughter left with the mail. I don't know if this is a new occurrence or an old one. I'm checking with the TC.
Squad 2 Tango copies. Have we confirmed who the caller is?
Sometimes it can go bad really quick.
Like the
I've
first
had
one
it
is
happen.
a son or daughter, but nobody is giving us any information.
Honey?
All right.
Walk back.
So we are, our Gunyon and folks are pumping out some intel that obviously I can't disclose here on live, but just so you know, in case you're wondering, Nicole and Sarah and Ashley are hard at work pumping out info to help keep everybody safe.
Looks like there might be that older model Cadillac just north of the address, parked in front of the address on the north side.
Probably older model Cadillac parked just north of the address.
Medic station.
Affirmative.
$25 units of ambulance of Play Hotel Lulu Foxtrot 320.
Speed.
So we're going to be going back northbound on White Bear Avenue. Saw there on there's a pediatric dentistry place. I may be a little old, but I'm definitely a baby when it comes to going to the dentist, so I wonder if they would take me as a patient. We're going to be crossing over into the city of Maplewood here, going north on White Bear. Buddies are running out. There's a group of kids there that always will come out and wave, that are junior backseaters, I would call them. And one of the young men there had his bike stolen a couple years ago, and backseaters pitched in and got him a new bike. I don't know what this shuttle lady's doing here.
Hey. Neighbors out of town, college walking their dogs on up their driveway. Silver house, not in my late 20s.
Sorry, please, 4492 on the APD, he's aware. Copy. Do we have any description of this male?
When we get to a safe spot, I'm going to stop this white. That should be in front of me because he is speeding and he is running the red light there. So,
Houston, one Tango.
Houston, one Tango.
Comp is saying that suspect left in a similar vehicle, Cadillac holder, blue in color, probably heading to Little Canada.
New message. New
Copy that. I'll let
message.
their dispatcher know that you're out.
Gonna run him quick because he's not the registered owner of the vehicle, just to make sure his license is good.
4488.
4048.
10 line off duty. We got a DOC at the mall using Zoomies. Go for Tony for a second. Thank you.
New message. New message.
Huh. Alright, well, he's got a valid license, and it lists this car to him, but the name on the registration's different. It's interesting. Oh, well. Like I said, his license is valid, so I'm going to give him his license back and get out of traffic here.
Prosperity and Frost with David Norton. Prosperity and Frost with 24/7 interrupt out with 53. Received.
Alrighty. He was very appreciative of the warning rather than getting a citation. Back northbound on White Bear here, coming up to Raditz, and then Beam. Side is Maplewood Mall that we are driving past, and on our right hand side
You can do the other
is an Aldi's store. As we go up here, we're going to check on a hotel parking lot over here that we frequently find troublemakers and stolen vehicles in.
and 3909.
3934.
Intersection of McKnight and South Autumn suspicious. Callers anonymous stating there's a male that's sleeping in a vehicle that attempted to come in their house. Also stated that the male has a warrant. He's a Hispanic male, heavy build, in a black Mazda parked near the dumpster.
New message.
And they also said he possibly
New
has a gun.
message.
3-4 squad stop.
1728.
So we frequently drive through parking lots of hotels and check for stolen cars and people that are wanted.
So 92, 72.
7-2.
Phone call request.
New
The caller
message.
is wanting to speak with an officer
New
regarding her
message.
son, saying if someone's house over the weekend.
New message.
And him being allowed to use trucks by the adult that was there.
7-2 copy.
1730.
All right, we're back out on County Road D, headed westbound.
Could you please add Minnesota tag 036091103?
Copy of 1730.
That's very good. Copy both arrests. Just sort of 861 Magnolia Avenue. 1730.
Just looking through here and seeing what calls are impending and
259, copy both arrests. Republic of the West, 11.
not seeing anything that we want to go to. Or that's nearby, I should say.
$59.54.
Go ahead.
Take a number for parking complaint.
Copy. Do you want to go there?
No, you can just assign me one and I'll go for it.
So as we're driving, we're always looking for stolen vehicles.
New message.
5522.
5522.
Just bring one of them
For
over.
a white Nissan Pathfinder that was involved in a theft case.
Go ahead.
Zebra David John 570.
Copy.
Doesn't say what kind of theft it was. If it was shoplifting or it's not an auto theft because it would say that. But anyway,
Go ahead.
You can clear me in the back and off duty. Thanks.
Copy.
Watch back. Area white bear and cross.
31.
363, when you clear. 31.
Copy. 33, cancel all the other spots. I'm here now.
322, as well.
sometimes you will hear the dispatcher, in the interest of officer safety, they will request another squad and just to head to that call until it's code 4. But a lot of times you'll hear the squad get on the air and say, "Oh, I'm good," because they realize they have it under control and don't want to tie up another squad. We're gonna go north here on Highway 61. little bit, and then get on 694 and head more over towards the middle of our contract cities.
Six, you be clear.
166, copy. You can send this to the morning.
As you can see, it's starting to get dark here. And I don't like it when it gets dark early. To me, this is early. Obviously, we're past the transition to spring, and the days are starting to get longer, but it still seems early when it's getting dark at 5:30 Central Time.
Eagle's going to be in the parking lot of 2220 something.
We are in the left turn lane to go westbound on 694 from Highway 61. This is one of the longer lights in the area, but I still think we might make it. Whenever I make a light like that, that's gotta wait for a long time, I just feel like celebrating, like throwing my arms up and showing like I just won a Daytona 500 or something.
Got it.
So we're now kind of on the northern edge of Ramsey County. It goes a little further north, but we're crisscrossing it here from east to west on Interstate 694, which is the bypass that goes around St. Paul and Minneapolis. So it looks like somehow I got hijacked by discussion over fried chicken and what's the best fried chicken. And I give you credit because you know, it's an important topic. But I love roasted chicken anywhere I can get it. I ate a lot of Kentucky Fried Chicken as a kid. We had a big family, so we used to get that. It was easy, I think. People swear by Popeye's chicken. I know you don't have it in other parts of the country, but Lund's at Byerly's here has some awesome fried chicken in their deli.
Another code 11-990 Version 0 forming control now with coverage.
Copy.
So I don't know if you heard that call, but
Victoria Vasquez at 1257.
sounded like it was at a urgent care. People go to the urgent care for stuff that they should go to the hospital for sometimes, and then we get called and have to go assist. The only thing that's probably going to get you less qualified medical attention than urgent care is having the cops show up, calling an ambulance for you. So I don't want to encourage people to go to the hospital for colds and minor stuff, but if you have a head injury, you should go to the hospital. I've seen people take someone who's been shot, they throw them in the car and drive them to the urgent care instead of to a hospital. And all that does is delay your medical care.
Broadway to there.
Probably.
See if fire on the location. Is there anything behind it?
The oldest after founding in 106.
So there's not as much traffic as there usually would be here. So I wonder how many people took off today because they took part in drinking a little too much last night for the Super Bowl. Just a thought. Boston Market was an awesome place to eat. I'm not sure why they went out of business, but I loved going there.
Very nice. People's are not too good. Clear one.
Driving through Arden Hills right now, and coming up on the city of New Brighton. Well, I appreciate your riding with me today. It's relatively...
You my PFP and PIN, please. Start me to investigate. Use 987 PAIN. You can get to additional squad, please.
It's relatively quiet, but I have an appointment, so I will see you next Friday, or Friday. I might see you before on Wednesday. I won't see you on Friday, I don't think, but I will see you again next Monday. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope everyone has a good night. Stay warm, especially if you're in Minnesota or anywhere colder. And thanks again, and remember to be kind to each other. Thank you.
On the corner, 7th and Hope, we made their stand. Voices rising up, they had justice in demand. Shout out girls, the name the sheriff gave, but they took it and owned it, fearless and brave. From fuck the police to justice for Floyd, they speak for the silenced and they won't be destroyed. Critics call them hijackers, but they're on a roll with their ding-dong fans and their unbreakable soul. They're the shout-out girls lighting up the night, voices of the people shining so bright. From hope to you too, their message is clear, standing for the truth with no trace of fear. A breeze, live streaming nonsense, driving with ease. Backseaters watch, cheering Grandpa Patrol. The SOs steal the show, taking control. From their second floor perch, they changed the game. Turn shout-out girls into a household name. Now their fans tune in, their voices worldwide. They turn critique into pride with the rebellious stride. They're the shout-out girls lighting up the night, voices of the people shining so bright. From hope to you too, their message is clear, standing for the truth with no trace of fear. shining so bright. From hope to